Hi, this is Paul Slackers, Good News Planet. I'm speaking to Mario and Marcello Padilla. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey, we're doing fine.
Very good.
Hey, congratulations. Venice Beach, the musical. Tell us all about it. Hey, that's great.
Well, it's been something we've been working on for about 8 years, and now it's finally coming to fruition. We just finished casting, and we're starting rehearsals November 1st. We'll be in rehearsal till the 17th, and then 17th, and then we have 2 workshop performances on the 18th and 19th at the Greenway Court Theater in Los Angeles.
Aha. Okay. So that's Mario, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, Marcello, tell us about the show.
Well, it's about the transition from college to quote unquote real adulthood, and something that I think has gotten harder and harder these days. And I know for most people I know in my generation, are struggling with one thing or another at this point. This kind of the gap between what we were what the fantasy that was created for us by parents and teachers and whoever else that constantly told us, oh, you can do whatever you want, you can be whatever you want to be, you're special, you're this, you're that, when we were kids. And then the reality of, well, it's not that simple, there's opportunities, but there's also more competition than ever, and it's a long process of kind of getting on your feet nowadays. And so we have our show follows 4 fraternity brothers from Ohio State University that graduate and are asking, okay, what do I do now? And they end up moving out to Venice, California, getting a beach house in Venice, and it seems like this great, wonderful thing. Okay, we're going to keep the party going. We're going to, we got a beach house in Venice. We're going to just have a great time. We're finally free from college, and, very quickly they start dealing with all the things that come up, as far as, am I going to be able to get a good job in this field that I just spent 4 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars getting a degree in? Am I, do I want to get in a relationship now? So it's just, it's about, I think, something that anybody can really identify with as we deal with all the obstacles and difficulties that come up in our lives, and learn to just do the best we can.
Let me add one thing here. We set this in 2008 to 2012, which is the economic crisis, which was particularly hard on college students who graduated in 2008, and suddenly the economic base just fell out from underneath them. And many people couldn't find jobs. Ones that they got, the companies were downsizing, so they'd lose the jobs immediately. So it is about not only college students of all generations that have always had problems, but it specifically, targets those 2008, 2012 that had to survive the economic crisis.
Aha. Now, I will let our audience know you two are my best friends in the whole wide world, and I happen to know, your background, and you're very both so talented in the world of entertainment. Mario, why don't you give us a little background on who you are?
On who I am? Well,
who in essence into the field of entertainment?
Well, I essentially am a composer who at some point in his life turned to acting and did both. I've written ballets, I've written music for theater, I've written songs that are on albums, But I've also acted in television and films and so on and so forth. And I have done musical theater myself. I'm not a singer, but somehow I pulled it off. But I was asked to write a musical, the music and lyrics to a musical in 2006 called Hercules on Normandy. And I had worked with the director and writer 20 years earlier on another show. And he remembered me 20 years later, and he asked me to write the music. And I did, and it turned out very good. And I surprised myself that I could actually write the music and lyrics to a musical. So I decided that I would try to write my own book and music and lyrics, to, do the whole thing. And a couple years into the process, I realized that I had the story, but I didn't. I'm trying to write about young people, and by that time I was already a little over the hill, So that's when my son, who is an actor and a musical theater person, I called him in, and we started collaborating on the book and the lyrics. And it's been a wonderful experience and a very fruitful one, actually, because he brought his youth and he brought his young ideas and his expertise in theater and his vision of what it is for young people, and that made the show much better.
I was just going to say, Mario's a very humble man. I know Mario for 40-plus years. We met at CBS Television. He ran the big orchestra there. Man can play practically any instrument, play any song, and has been a star on television and done commercials, and is a professor, and a very extremely talented man. And the songs are magnificent in the show. We'll get to them. Marcello, tell us a little bit about your background.
Hey. All right. Well, I guess if my dad is a composer, at some point turned actor, I'd say I'm actor, singer, at some point turned writer. I've done a lot of musical theater in LA and in New York, mostly in New York, and you've come to a lot of my shows. You've always been really supportive. But I've just been putting in my dues in musical theater for a long time now, and all the while, it's been tough because most of the time we've been working on this show. I actually moved back to LA in 2009 to work on the show, and we did for about a year and a half. But in the meantime, we were both working on other things, and then I ended up getting pulled back to New York for school and for other opportunities. And so we've been kind of writing this show over the years on opposite sides of the country, and so this is my first attempt to write a musical, but it's been a really fruitful process. I mean, we've had our moments where we've disagreed, and that's always difficult. But I feel so fortunate to have the relationship that I do have with my father, and to be able to work on this with him over the years has been a really nice thing for us to have. And now we have a musical that I believe very, very much so has the potential to go to Broadway. It's going to take a while to get there, but I'm really proud of the work that we've done. And the plan was always for me to be to play the role of Jesse, which is one of the male leads in the show. But my work as a writer kind of went from singing the songs and giving my ideas to kind of getting more and more involved. So eventually, the time came to really kind of rework the book, and work on some rewrites that we had to do. And the show has evolved over the years, and it's become something that we're really, really proud of.
Great. Well, I'll also add, because I know you both, I know you when you're even born. So this is a father and son who have total and utter respect for each other. It's a beautiful, beautiful combination, and they have created a heck of a show here with Venice Beach. They actually live in the Venice Beach area. They understand the young people, and let me ask you a question about the show now, because first of all, it costs a lot of money. You're making a musical. You have 30 songs. So you have any kind of way that people can help support what you're doing? Or you have like a Kickstarter or any kind of way to you don't
have maybe by any chance have an agenda there when you ask me that question, do you?
Let's put it this way. I have a specific agenda.
All right. Well, thank you, Paul. Yeah, we absolutely do. I mean, I am so not a tech-savvy person, and I think it says, for me, I feel like it says a lot about how I feel about this show and how important this is to us that I actually managed to get a website up and running and a Facebook page up and running and a Kickstarter up and running, and we have all 30 demo tracks on SoundCloud. So I think the best thing that people can do is the easiest thing is don't search Venice Beach the Musical, because the first thing that's going to come up is Venice Beach. But if you go to VeniceBeachTheMusical.com, then from there you can get information about the show, and the website also has links to the Facebook page, to all 30 demo tracks, and it has a link to our Kickstarter campaign. And the Kickstarter campaign definitely is important, and we appreciate. We've already surpassed the halfway mark to our goal, which is amazing. But even the goal that we set really only covers about half of the cost of what this workshop is costing us to put on. I mean, it's really difficult to put on a new original musical onto the stage that has 19 actors, and we want to make sure everybody is taken care of. So, I mean, we have a director, stage manager, assistant director, we have lighting, sound, we have, we had a casting director that helped us to get such talented cast, 19 amazing young actors, all equity actors that are, really just amazing, talented people, good at what they do, that had to be able to sing their faces off, had to be able to act, their faces off, and had to be able to dance. So, I mean, this is a big undertaking that we've taken on to get this musical to the stage. And so far, it's going really well, but we do definitely appreciate any support we can get. So definitely people should go to the website, and from there, if they can, go to the Kickstarter campaign that is a link on the website, and donate whatever they can. And like I said, we're halfway to our goal at this point, but we can use any support we can get.
Yeah, let me add 2 cents here. Anybody out there who hears this interview and has a college student, you're going to appreciate this story, because we're trying to bring to light the difficulties that college students are facing in life, and not just during that economic crisis, but they've always faced those challenges. And I would ask them to read the synopsis, listen to the songs, think about the story, and ask yourself, do I want to see this show go to Broadway? And do I like the idea of this father and son team trying to put something like this on? Even if I just give them $20, that's going to set us $20 closer to our goal. And I know that what we're doing sometimes might be far away from what people out there who are listening, what their likes and dislikes, and what the thing that they're into is. But they can go to our website and see all the material and make a decision for themselves whether they think that this project is worth investing in.
Well, I'm telling you right now, right here, that I'm putting in $118
Wow.
into the show.
118.
Yeah, 18 is a good luck number in the. No. 118, 100. I want to go with 100, and the 18 is a very good luck number in the. Means high, means health and happiness in the Jewish religion. So it's a good number, and we like to use it.
I know a little something about that. Yeah.
You know a lot about everything. Well, you and your dad are good guys. So I would have put it in a couple of days ago, but I couldn't remember my password for Kickstarter to get in there. So it's all good. Well, guys, last two questions, okay? And I know we could really be talking. I do also agree with you. I listen to every single song. All 30 is on SoundCloud. It's very easy to use. And you can just set it up so it can be one after the next, after the next, after the next. And you'll sit down and just listening to the music alone, you'll get a sense of really this show. I've read the script as well. And it also, of course, is, that's important too. But even if you're a music type and you like to just hear music and the words in the songs, you're going to walk out of there and just hear, you're going to grow. You're going to learn. You're going to really, every time you're looking at a young person in that young 20s kind of age, I think you'll have a different perspective. So it's a great show. What's good news for each one of you guys?
Good news.
Yeah, what's good news?
Well, good news would be if there's some way we could have peace around the world. All the wars and all the fighting and the killing and the bombings and all of that's going on, all the hatred, it just really seems to be really ratcheted up lately in the last year or so. Good news for me would be that all of that stuff is happening.
Okay. Marcello, good news for you or peace for you?
I don't agree with that. I think for me, though, I think it's a little more personal. I think that, I think that it starts with yourself. And I think this show really is about, one of our big songs in the show is called "Doing the Best We Can," and I think that's what we're all doing. And it's not just about young people. There's also, a mother character in the show, Kay, and it's one of my favorite scenes is, she has a scene with her son and he's upset with her. And she has a song where she has to really sit him down and say, I'm gonna live my life, and I'm gonna, I'm not too old to live my life and to live my dreams. And it's kind of, for me, it's that moment where you realize your parent isn't just your parent, but they're actually a human being, and you kind of, all the things that it's so easy as a child to say, oh, you did this wrong and you did that wrong, and then you kind of get to that point at some point in your life where you're like, oh, wow, being an adult is hard. And they really were just doing the best that they could. And I really have to be grateful for everything that they did for me and everything that they gave me, despite how difficult being an adult and being a parent is. And so for me, I think any day when you can find yourself getting through something that you didn't think you were going to get through is good news. And that's something that I've really learned over the past few years. There's so many times when you just get overwhelmed and you feel like, God, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this obstacle, this time where I'm having a hard time. And I always do, because there's not really another option but to just get through it. And I always end up surprising myself, and I always end up, you just deal with things one thing at a time, and you make it. And so I think for me, good news is every time I'm able to to deal with one more thing that I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to deal with and get through.
Ah, boy. Well stated. A lot of wisdom there, Marcello. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul.
Give us the date again and the location and the website.
It's the Venice Beach, the musical in Los Angeles at the Greenway Court Theater. We're going up on November
18th and
19th. For the 2 workshop performances.
And the website again?
The website is very easy, VeniceBeachTheMusical.com.
And it has a link on there.
All one word, VeniceBeachTheMusical.com. And they, like I said, I mean, I made a Facebook I have a bunch of pictures. I mean, we're going into rehearsals now. So right now we're hoping to get pictures of the rehearsals and we'll post things as we go along. But so far, I just have a bunch of pictures up there that I've taken over the years of Venice and the area and the surrounding area, and which is a lot of fun, I think. And then you can get information about the show and so on and so forth. And so, but we have a Facebook page, we have a Kickstarter, we have the SoundCloud with all 30 demo tracks, and the links are all on the website. So just go to VeniceBeachTheMusical.com, and you can find out pretty much anything you need to know about this show.
All right. So send me some text, send me some pictures. We'll put that all together as we broadcast this to make it easier for our audience, where they can just click on that link and go there. And there's a Kickstarter button or some way to go to Kickstarter from the website as well.
Yeah, you'll see a list of links, and the Kickstarter, I think, is right at the bottom.
Beautiful. Okay, guys, look, I wish you the greatest success. I know you worked very hard for 8 years on this, and I know it's great. That's all I can say. It's magnificent. So I'm very proud of you both, and I love you both. All right.
Well, we love you too, Paul. Thanks a lot.
Love you too, man.
Okay, take care.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.